And again, it will always be about more than basketball.
Yeah, g'day, Andre. It's our pre-playoff edition of More Than a Game podcast. It's been probably a couple of months since we've done one of these. I think it's been a while, but good to see you, mate. How have you been?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, it was a little bit under the weather, but feeling much better now. Yeah. Start off. Obviously, we'll start off with a shout out to the original owners of the land.
Yeah, original owners of the land. Let's paying our respects to that.
Yeah, get that out the way.
There's certainly an opportune time to do a podcast. We might, before we start with the playoffs, I might just quickly reflect on. I'm not sure. Did you follow the March Madness, the Final Four, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. Congratulations to the Kansas City Jayhawks.
Yep.
Winning the championship versus the UNC
North Carolina.
North Carolina Tar Heels. Yeah. It was a great tournament. My Loyola Ramblers from Chicago. We actually went. We were in the first round of the playoffs, but couldn't quite get over the hump against Ohio State. But kudos to my old team for making it to the tournament 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Last year they made it to the Sweet 16, and this year they made it to the first round with a new coach, nonetheless. Yeah, so it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was sort of impressed, and I was watched quite a few of the games. I was watching the Gonzaga games and then obviously got knocked out along the way, and then obviously I was Duke. Had some money on Duke to try to. I got on them. I thought they were a really good chance to get all the way, but and they looked like they had a really good. You know how Duke sometimes they get a really good squad together of lots of NBA talented sort of players.
Blue chip recruits, galore.
So this I was very impressed with Paulo Banchero. I don't know what you think of his game, but
love his game, man. Him and Williams, the big guy in the middle, 2 7 foot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark Williams, and I was just he got into foul trouble in that game, and he that game against North Carolina, and if he was out there a lot more, I think it could have been a bit different, that result. And obviously down the stretch, you run out of steam sometimes as a team. You play really well, and kudos to North Carolina for winning that big game against their arch nemesis, and they never met in the NCAA tournaments before.
I think it'd be remiss of us not to acknowledge the fact that Coach K.
Yes.
He's
that's where
finished up his very illustrious career. He's made a major contribution, not just to college basketball, but to basketball in general. I think he led the USA in a couple medal rounds in the Olympics, and just had a fantastic 42-year coaching career. So I wish him the best of luck and with moving forward. With his retirement and all that, and I congratulate him on a fabulous career, Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski. And I challenge you, I'll give you a can of Coke if you can spell his surname.
Coach K will be fine for me, but yeah, what a legendary career for Coach K. Spanning well over 40 years as a coach, the head coach of Duke. So he was sort of coming into being the head coach just after I was born. That's how far back he goes. So it was, I think 79 or 80 he started. And there's a famous letter, I'm not sure if you've seen it around. We actually wrote a letter to Michael Jordan. You see that Jordan actually, obviously, as you know, went to North Carolina instead of Duke. And there's a letter going around where obviously Coach K was sort of saying, I wish you would have come to our college, but we wish you.
That letter be worth a lot of money, I bet, no doubt.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, the great tournament, and congratulations to Kansas, and they've got a couple of players too. I think that are NBA sort of going to be NBA stars as well.
Yeah.
So.
McCormick, their center, definitely, and he was the difference maker down the stretch with a couple.
I think so. I think he was. I think if you're a good big man in that NCAA tournament, I think it makes a lot of difference. And I think they certainly, Kansas are one of those teams. I think they might even be back next year, from what I hear, as far as being a threat to win. So
although not unlike my college career, McCormick, their big guy, when he makes the next step to the NBA, he'll have to be like have to be a small forward, power forward. When I played college and high school and all that, I played the center position. By the time I got to the pros, I had to adjust to a smaller, playing a smaller position, which it can be adjustment. So hopefully he'll make that adjustment and be ready, for that change in his position.
It's interesting. I mean, we're seeing a lot of. I mean, it's not always tradition that the centers are that small. We are seeing a bit more of a tradition in the NBA these days, where we've got smaller guys playing that center position. We've seen Draymond Green play a lot at center. We've seen Isaiah Stewart's only 6'8", so you're getting smaller guys that are. But yeah, it's such an advantage if you're a tall guy like a Mark Williams is 7 foot. He's going to be, he's potentially, got the tools to be a defensive, starter, I think. So that's the college scene. I think we'll get on to the NBA playoff preview.
Before we start, I'd like to give shout out give my condolences to a former Denver Nuggets player who was Wayne Cooper, who was on the team when I was with the team back in '87. He also played at Portland for many years. He actually passed away recently. I was on the net. Yeah, Wayne Cooper. My condolences go out to his family, friends, and may he rest in peace. He was a good guy, about 6'11", was very helpful to me when I came on board with the Nuggets way back then. And it's kind of sad. That was very sad news to hear of his passing. So Wayne Cooper, rest in peace. Yeah,
rest in peace, Wayne Cooper. Yeah. So playoff preview. There's obviously lots that happen in the playoffs now, but maybe before we even get started, let's get let's bury the hatchet with the Lakers. I think we need to probably set. What do you? Obviously, they're going to look back on this season as one of the most disappointing seasons ever. Is it a surprise to you what happened to the Lakers?
No, because they early in the season when they started faltering, they were kind of showing us the team they were. They just defensively they were very efficient in that category. Turnovers, with not just Westbrook, but everybody. He was a major part. He never fit in. Just the way that that team was constructed was not good from day one, and it sort of showed, and it so it's not surprising they. Well, excuse me. It is surprising. I thought they would have made at least the play-in. Yeah, the play-in, not making the play-in is a shock though. But
no, it's certainly a surprise at their season to me in a way. But it just kept. You could see it sort of slipping away game after game, and they started off not quite great either. So they never really got into a groove. They never went on any win streaks during the season. Really, that were more than a few games. Russell Westbrook and LeBron didn't know really how to play together that well.
Yeah. And what's the best ability? What's the best ability in sports?
Yeah, whereas Westbrook has been played certainly a lot better with other teammates.
Yeah, no. Actually, what is considered the best ability in sports? Availability.
Availability, yeah.
Yeah, so we had no AD, for.
And street clothes AD missed half the season again, and and it's hurts the Lakers when you got such a talent there that you just can't get into the groove either. So I mean, I'm not sure where they go from here. I think we see a new coach. Will LeBron stick around?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
He was a fall guy for sure. Kind of feel for Vogel, yeah. But that's how sports usually works. The coach is usually the first guy to be put on that chopping block when things go wrong.
But anyway, hopefully we'll see a completely different Lakers team next year. Anyway, I'd like to see a lot different. Whether they've got LeBron or not, I just want to see a completely different team, younger team or something. Get rid of some of these old guys. And I don't like saying, but that was a lot of the problem was that mentality from some of these older guys as well.
Well, what do you do with Melo? What do you do with Melo?
He can't play. I honestly think I think he's
Howard
done.
definitely. Yeah, definitely has a good.
Howard and Anthony have got to go. You know, any guy that's a Reza, you just why get a Reza? It didn't work out.
Yeah.
You got to stick to these younger guys. Bring, you know, Austin Reeves is maybe a positive from the season.
Yeah, he and Malik Monk as well.
Malik Monk is a positive, and I think Austin Reeves is some little bit positive.
The Stanley kid was a positive. He was undrafted, I think.
I think he had a lot of inconsistent minutes as well, so that he couldn't quite find the right sort of rotations a lot of the time. They had a lot of different starting lines.
Kendrick Nunn too. They brought Kendrick Nunn in.
Well,
he never played.
No.
What kind of injury did he have? You know?
I don't know, but he didn't play, and I don't know if it's hard to know if he would have been a factor or not. So that's the Lakers. Apart from that, that's obviously to me that's obviously the talking point of the team that didn't make the playoffs. I mean, all the other guys. You know, it's going to be a huge playoff series, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's another chance for someone to emerge. You know, emerge from the playoffs, and you know, without, you know, a LeBronless playoffs is not what the networks, you know, the TV networks would have liked. But this is an opportunity for one of these other guys, again, these other superstars, to step up and, you know, and thrust themselves into the next stratosphere, you know, by making a good playoff run, you know, whether it be a Devin Booker or you know, the usual suspects like KD and, you know, Embiid. The guy that has to really step up, and we'll talk about it, no doubt, is the guy that has a lot to prove is James Harden. You know, everybody's been talking about all the talking heads have been talking about how he has to really show what he got in the playoffs. You know, or that's going to be considered a really bad trade for all the guys that Philly let go for him. Yeah.
Okay, the playoff series I don't want to sort of start with today. It is an interesting one. It's the Milwaukee Bucks against the Chicago Bulls.
Chi-town.
Now, Chi-town, I'm wearing the hat, but, you know, we've got to go to Milwaukee for a couple of games. Those games are going to be tough. DeRozan's had a great year. He's been a lot better than we expected. I think Levine's he's been playing well, but he's been playing hurt as well. We're going to miss Lonzo Ball. I think we're going to miss him quite a bit. We had obviously injury to Caruso. He was looking good for a while. Vucevic is up and down. I think he's had some good parts, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people calling for his head in Chicago. I don't know why, but
including my boy Eddie. I got a friend named Eddie Cox. Eddie Cox he's not real big on Vooch. I like old Vooch, but he has some good points about how Vooch needs to step up. The guy, the X factor for them, we were talking about, me and Eddie, was Pat Williams?
Yeah, and he's back. So how does he fit in? Has he had enough time to really gel?
Well, he looked good in the last couple of games. So
yeah, but some of these games are sort of garbage time as well. But he's certainly going to get hopefully 20-something minutes a game in this series anyway. So I think he's going to have to defend some of these guys like Middleton, or he's going to have to play some defense on Giannis. So
good luck with that.
Well, someone has to do it. I mean, you know,
somebody got to do it. Yeah.
Punch Bob can't play defense. I mean, Lopez is old. So I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the wrong team here. Sorry.
Punch you referred to here, my friend.
Yeah, obviously Giannis can, you know, make up for all the miscomings of any Milwaukee defense. He's going to be everywhere and anywhere. So the Bulls are going to
Giannis like you used to. That was the scouting report. Wall him up, you know, Giannis, make him shoot, you know, and now he's got his shot working now. He's really good. He's knocking free throws down too.
Yeah. We're watching a game. I think it was there was a really exciting game a couple of weeks ago. Brooklyn were playing.
Milwaukee game.
Yeah, and we were watching a game, and we were watching. There was some of our mates in fantasy basketball. It actually came down to Giannis's game in that game.
He's been closing out games big time.
And he needed he needed like 6 fantasy points or something in the last minute for this, you know, the finals of the series to be over. Anyway, he hits this big 3, and then it goes into overtime.
Yeah, that was against the Nets. Yeah.
So then because it went into overtime, he scored a couple more points, and that was it. They won. So
yeah, he's just taking his game. He just keeps elevating, you know. And then they got Lopez back too. You know, the rich get richer. They got Lopez. They got Bobby Portis, you know, in the paint, and you got the backcourt with what's the guy they got from New Orleans, the hell of a player. The brother, one of three NBA brothers in the league.
The Holiday
Boys, yeah. You got,
there he is there on the screen.
Drew, Drew, right, he's right there in front of me with his.
So he's a good defender, obviously. So
even the other guy, the Duke guy there, you know,
you're talking about Grayson Allen.
He's tough too, man.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be good if the Bulls do well in this series. It's not the series that we wanted, I guess, in the first round. But
no,
I think we'd rather pretty much any other team other than Milwaukee, to be honest. But that's what we've got.
You can't avoid these teams, though. You can't avoid them, you know.
No, you can't avoid them. You know, Milwaukee are going to run through, and I think there's some deliberate tactics that sort of happened, I think, for this matchup to occur. This is the way it happened.
Yeah, we want to talk about that, huh?
But that's
tactics involved. Late season tactics.
Let's see how the Bulls can go. I'm hoping they can win at least a game or 2 at home would be good. But we'll see how we go. It's going to be a tough series, and lots going to ride on how, you know, DeRozan, his shoulders, I think, as well as Levine's health. You know, who do they put at point guard? Do they bring Somnu? Is he going to start, or are they going to start Caruso?
Yeah.
There's a few different choices there. Do they start Patrick Williams at power forward? This
is where the coaches earn their money. Yeah.
I think because Milwaukee are they're going to probably go with a lot bigger, taller lineup than what the Bulls will come up with. So hopefully it's DeRozan against Middleton is the matchup, you know, that you'd get to see with those guys. What's the next playoff series I've got here? Dallas Mavericks against the Utah Jazz. Now, Luka's not 100%. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah, he's going to play though. Yeah, he's going to play.
I think he'll play. Dallas got the home court advantage, which is interesting.
Yeah, they had a good season. Very good season.
Mitchell has been complaining recently about how the Jazz aren't as good as they were last year when they had the NBA's best record. What do you think about this series?
Oh man, it's going to be a hard-fought series. With Luka coming up a little bit lame, I think he'll come through. But his Luka's supporting cast has really stepped up this year. All the guys. No Hardaway Jr. though. No Hardaway Jr.
So no Porzingis. He got traded, and no Hardaway Jr.
But the other guys around him played extremely well. And Dallas has been up and down. I mean, sorry, not Dallas. Utah's been up and down.
Yeah. But, you know, again,
this might go 7 games. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think there'll be a lot of defense in this game as well. I mean, Mitchell has got an opportunity to step up. Luka's got a chance to step up. Luka, I don't know if Dallas have ever won a playoff series. I could with Luka there, but
I can recall. Yeah.
So this is an opportunity to at least get past the Utah Jazz and then see how it goes against maybe the Suns. But
how effective will Gobert be as well? To do you exploit him, you know, defensively by trying to pull him away from the basket, or you're
talking about Gobert or
Gobert. Yeah, he usually gets exploited in these playoffs, but a lot of teams will pull him away from the basket, where he's not as effective defensively as he is, in the painted area. So that's also going to be another factor.
Yeah, we're interested to see
Dwight Powell for Dallas. He's quite mobile.
Yeah, Powell. Kleber, I think he should be available as well.
Kleber as
Finney
well.
Smith is probably one of the most underrated players in the NBA as well.
Who's that?
Dorius Finney-Smith.
Yeah, Finney. He's one of those guys I'm talking about. What's the other guy with the
Jalen Brunson, maybe.
Brunson's tough, and the other guy with the shoots really well. The really weird hairstyle with the hair sticking out. You know, what I'm talking about for Dallas. Can't think of his name. He has one of the most.
They've also got
hairstyles.
Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench too.
This guy, I think I'm talking about the starter. Dallas is. I know his name when I hear it. He has a really weird hairstyle.
Oh, you're talking about Reggie Bullock.
Bullock. Bullock's been shooting the lights out. He's got one of the most unique hairstyles in all of the league. Yeah.
It looks like what the Weekend used to look like once.
It's a good call, man. Yeah, I'm very impressed with your music knowledge there, man. The Weekend, yeah.
Prediction: Who wins this? Do you think Dallas or Utah?
I'm gonna go with. That's a tough one, man. Wow. I'll say Dallas in 7. Yeah.
Dallas I'm going Utah here. That's my prediction. Yeah, I think they'll upset them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As I look at this, I mean, this guy on the right here, on my right here for Utah, he can go, man. When he gets going.
Yeah.
He's one of the best in the league. Donovan, man.
Okay, so
I'll go Dallas here.
Let's talk about this matchup.
Oh man, this is gonna be a good one here.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen. Brooklyn versus the Nets. Brooklyn are playing their playing game against Cleveland today at home. Right. Assuming they win that.
Oh yeah, we're jumping the gun. I forgot. Yeah, Brooklyn has to get through.
Cleveland. Yeah, they've got to finish off Cleveland first. But
right.
This is the most likely matchup that I'm seeing. I see Boston against. So I see Tatum versus Durant. And this is going to be a very good series because Boston are the 2nd seed and the Nets will probably be the 7th seed. So this is what I think is going to happen.
Right.
And it's a dangerous matchup.
Does happen.
Dangerous matchup for Boston because Boston worked so hard to get into that 2nd seed, and now you're going to be sitting across from Durant and Irving.
Yeah, but Boston's been playing great defense. So if this happens, this matchup, which is more than likely, Boston may have the edge defensively. With Marcus Smart being a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year.
He's actually one of the short price favorites to win, believe it or not.
Yeah. He'd be on the 2nd guard next to who? Who's the last guard to win
it? Who's the last guard to win it? Now you're really putting me to the test.
The guy that used to throw all the lobs to the Rain Man.
There hasn't been a guard since Gary Payton. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, they were talking about the other day. Yeah, GP was the last guy.
Wow.
Guys had to win it. So that's back in the 80s. Well, yeah, 89, 90, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say that, yeah.
So if this happens, because you can't just write off Cleveland though,
No, I don't think you can.
That little Garland kid, man, he's tough, man. You never know somebody might step up, man.
Well, that would be interesting. We'll talk about that. I mean, they'll probably still got a good chance, but I think Atlanta Hawks and Charlotte. That's the other playing game that's going to happen tomorrow.
That'd be a fun matchup there.
I think Atlanta are playing well enough they should win that. I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta against Charlotte. I think Charlotte, even though they're looking good, I think that I do think that they, they're. I think that Atlanta have got the edge, especially the way Trae Young has been leading this team, and I think they're even playing better basketball without John Collins.
Oh, no Collins in that series. Okay.
No, well, I don't know if he's back in the series, but the last 6 weeks he hasn't been playing, and they've been winning. They've been winning a lot of games. Really playing to their playoff level last year. You know how they went on that run? They beat New York. They beat Philadelphia. So the Atlanta are a dark horse team. I was talking to my friend. He reckons the only team they're scared of in the East is Milwaukee. This is his words.
Okay. It's interesting, yeah.
But they're not scared of Miami. They're not scared of any of these other teams, I reckon. So,
sorry, Troy. Who the other danger people on the Hawks.
Yeah. So who's been playing well? I think the center rotation's been pretty good. I think they're starting to Capella and the young guy.
African name.
A Kongwu. These guys are sort of working themselves out. Gallinari's been playing really well at power forward. Hunter's sort of getting there a little bit. Bogey's been shooting well. Herta's been playing well, or Fanderpants, if you want to call him that. He's they're all sort of stepping up, I think. So Atlanta it's all about team basketball to win these.
And very well coached by veteran coach McMillan. Yeah, he's a very great coach. Yeah.
So I see, if Cleveland might they obviously have to get past Charlotte first, Atlanta, and then they've got to play another game just to get into that 8th spot. So let's have a look, talk about some of these other series. So in the East, we've got Philadelphia and Toronto. Now let's talk a bit about this series, because this is an interesting one. Because
it is.
Toronto, I didn't pick them to come 5th. I didn't sort of pick them to be that in there, but they've been really good, Toronto, haven't they?
Scotty Barnes, man, the rookie, man, they got a gem and a rookie in Scotty Barnes, man. He may be our rookie of the year. This kid's playing like a seasoned veteran, Toronto.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if it was if they actually had I can't remember the last time they had a tied rookie of the year. There was, I think, that Elton Brand was tied with somebody once. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, Elton. Who's that? Oh, you're right. Elton. I remember Jason Kidd and
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill being but after that, Elton Brand was somebody else. It was also tied.
Yep.
They shared the trophy. Yeah. But the big thing about that series, I don't know if you were aware that Matisse Thybulle won't be eligible to play in the end of the games in Toronto, because he's never disclosed it, but he only had the one vaccination shot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that Australian guy or playing for Australia, Matisse Thybulle, great defender.
Great defender.
But the games that are going to be in Toronto, he's not going to be playing. So
big players, that's a big factor there.
So that just means it makes it harder to win those games on the road.
More pressure on our guy, the Beard. The Beard got to step up.
Yeah, the Beard. He's obviously going to Philadelphia. He's moved a couple of times now, and Embiid. What do you think? Do you think he's the MVP for the year, or do you get the Joker?
That's going to call the Joker. The Joker, man. What did he just break some kind of record or set a record?
Had like a heap of assists with over 12 rebounds a game, and 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists a game, or something like that.
Embiid, my sentimental favorite. He be the first center to lead the league in scoring too, since Shaq Attack years ago. First big guy to lead the league in scoring, 30.1 or whatever it was.
Yeah. So so Philadelphia, Toronto. Do you see Philadelphia getting through this time?
Well, Toronto has a psychological advantage as well, based off of that miracle shot by Kawhi a few years ago. That's going to still be weighing on their mind, on Philly's mind. Still a couple guys. Well, Embiid and a couple other guys are still left in that team that lost to Toronto in that very shocking way. When that ball bounced around for Kawhi from the corner, nonetheless, that was the craziest shot ever in basketball. So psychologically, maybe we'll see how that plays on, particularly Embiid. You remember that the images of Embiid walking away with that with crying and and so we show he had a lot of passion for the game. I'm not laughing about him crying, but that really hurt them that time. So psychologically, Toronto has an advantage in that respect.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. It's gonna be very interesting. And then again, Harden has to come through. He is also eligible for a $200-300 million contract.
Fuck.
in another year or so.
Jeez.
Poor fella. So if he doesn't come through, he's going to look bad. And also, their general manager who pulled the trigger on that trade, Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
So those two guys, a lot of pressure, and then there's a lot of pressure on Doc too. Let's not forget about Doc as well. Doc's got a checkered. He's a Chicago guy now, but he's got a very checkered playoff pass as well too. Date back to his days with the Clippers and all that, who we'll talk about in a little while as well too. So he got to show he got some stuff to prove as well too.
So Embiid ended up, as you said, the scoring leader, 30.6 points a game. Well done.
3.6. Okay.
He was fifth in rebounding, 11.7. So that was interesting. And his teammate is second in assists. James Harden, 10.3 assists a game.
Yeah.
So there's some. They got some stats.
And then Maxey got to come through. Maxey got you got to step up as well too.
Maxey hot and cold, and the same can be said for Toby Harris.
Tobias. Yeah, he's
hot and cold. It's just being able to get the team to fit together. It's always a bit of a challenge. I think obviously they haven't got any Seth Curry anymore. And I think that's a bit of a loss.
Another big loss. Yes, that was the Nets game. Phillies lost. That was a big game for the Nets.
And just on the Nets, we were talking about the Nets before. There's not going to be any Ben Simmons, we don't think, in that series in the playoffs at all. We don't think.
There's possibility. Yeah, I was watching listening to some earlier where Nash was saying there's a possibility he may.
Just to confirm the headlines too, we were talking about it before, but it is official that the Lakers have fired Frank Vogel.
Yeah. So I've been. I already knew that was official. Yeah. And he'll land on his feet though. He's a great coach. He'll land on his feet somewhere else, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully Simmons may return. But anyway, so Philadelphia, Toronto. Who do you reckon? Who do you pick?
I'm gonna go with Philly. Yeah. Philly should pick that. Yeah. Just off of Embiid. Yeah. Just off his in heart. Yeah. I'm going Philly. I like this stuff.
Rightio. And
who's your pick?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Philadelphia. I think they obviously need the win, and if they don't, it's going to be curtains. And
right,
I think
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, so and I think they still got a good chance. But it is, to me, if I'm really looking at it, I think the 3-horse race in the East is Milwaukee. I think that the Nets are still likely to,
emerge.
So I think the Nets, if they, Nets versus Boston, that's going to be interesting. I think Nets will come through there, assuming they obviously finish off the Cavs. And I think Miami, I don't know. I just don't. I know they're the number 1 seed, and I know they're a great team. You're never a great team if you're the number 1 seed. You've won 50 games, I think. So
right.
You've got a great team, and you've got a healthy team. You've got, I think,
very well coached.
Spolster's still there. He's been a coach, since I was a young kid. Basically, he's been there a while.
Yeah.
But they've got Lowry healthy. They've got even Oladipo is healthy if they need him.
He's had 40 points.
The 6th man of the year in Tyler Hero. So Tyler Hero's had what a fantastic year for Hero.
Oh yeah, he's lived up to a certain name. Yeah,
he's been fantastic, and also Bam has stepped up lately.
A strong bench, a lot of shooting off that bench as well too.
Yeah, and buckets. I think he's had his injury problems. I hope he doesn't get. I hope he's healthy in the playoffs. I think so they're going to be tough. As well, so there's those guys, and maybe Philadelphia. You still got to watch them, I think, as well. So they're the 4 teams in the East to watch. A little bit about the West. We've got Golden State against Denver, and we don't know about when's Steph Curry. When's he coming back?
They say he may be back for the first round. Yeah, he's looking.
Or maybe game 2. I read.
Possible, yeah. Clay's trying to get his touch back. They got Poole. Yeah, I like the young kid Kuminga for them as well too. He's an X factor for them. And then Wiggins. You know, they got. You know, it's gonna be a tough series as well too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of improvement in Jordan Poole's game over the last couple of months. I think he's certainly the one to watch in this series. It'll be interesting to see how many minutes they play him, how many minutes they play Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, how they, you know, his minutes, making sure Draymond Green, making sure he stays healthy.
Yeah.
What do they do at the center position? How do they stop Joker? What are they going to do?
Yeah, well, I was about to say that's I don't know if that's possible. I think they may get the edge over it in the series just because of the Joker. Yeah, there's so many things, you know.
He does so many things, but obviously Denver still, you know, I don't think Porter Jr. is going to be playing in the series, and I don't think Jamal Murray. These guys are. I mean, he's close to coming back, but yeah, I think he's definitely would make a difference if he was there. But I just, it's a bit sad we don't see the full strength Denver team and what they can maybe achieve. So it's going to be an interesting one. Golden State should, to me, it's a must-win series for Golden State. I think they have to win. I know they're not playing the best basketball. They started off the season right at the top, and they've really just slipped, you know, a fair way down the list. You know, they obviously let Memphis go past them. They've let, you know, so they ended up still winning 53 games, which is still a very good season.
Oh yeah,
they only they're so ahead of Dallas by one game. So
Denver just has a distinct advantage in the middle, though. Yeah, I can't see anybody. How do you stop? You know.
Yeah.
Yes, so hurt. Yeah,
how does Draymond play Joker? Does he, you know, how do you avoid foul trouble?
Yeah, he'll foul a lot of those guys out, you know. And
you're gonna have to
Looney, you know, what's Looney can't do anything with him, man.
Looney's gonna have to, you know, I don't know, they're gonna have to do something there, aren't they?
Even they had Wiseman, you know, he wouldn't be able to do, you know.
No, they're not going to be able to do anything. So they just got to win, and the rest everywhere else on the court. Really.
Right. They got to, the shooting got to prevail. Yeah.
But no, there's still an interesting. It's a good season for the Warriors. Yes. They had a few injuries, and I think they have to win the series. I think it's going to be a 7-game series. I think it's going to go a long way. I think they're going to be tired once they get to the end of that series if they come out of it as well.
I'm thinking Denver. So I'm saying Denver in 6, yeah.
So I've got you at Denver in 6. I got Golden State in 7. So Minnesota are playing the Clippers today. That's going to be an interesting game. I don't know who.
Good matchup.
That one, because Minnesota, we never see them in the playoffs really, or even the play. You know, we never seen them with Karl Anthony Towns, Edwards,
D'Angelo back too. D'Angelo.
You know, they won 46 and lost 36. They are going to be at home. They should win. They should win, but there's a big but here. A couple of buts. The form coming in has not been great for whatever reason. They've only won 4 out of the last 10 games, so that's maybe a concern. And also the Clippers, at least they've got back Paul George, and what sort of factors he going to have?
He's talented, super talented.
What he did last year without Kawhi Leonard, what he did with that Clipper team was something absolutely remarkable.
Something to behold. And the Morris twin too. He's been shooting well, playing really well.
And they've got so many players. You don't know who's going to play all the minutes. They got all these players that can fill it up.
Zubac in the middle.
Zubac and Hartenstein have both had, you know, Hartenstein in particular has been playing really, really well.
Yeah, two of them together make a really good, you know, combo. Yeah,
they're getting Batum a lot of minutes. Covington's getting 20 minutes a game off the bench. Terrence Mann is, you know, 20 odd minutes as well, playing okay. So they're getting lots of guys playing all these minutes.
The 3-point specialist,
the Duck, Luke Kennard.
Yeah, Kennard can't get like Luke. Yeah. He's a difference maker.
Yeah, he's a difference maker, that's for sure, mate. Yeah, so I don't know. And
Ty Lue leading the troops too as well. Good coach.
Kawhi Leonard's not far from coming back either, but I don't know. It's hard to see him playing.
What's Minnesota's coach name? He just signed an extension as well too. He had a great job. Minnesota's coach.
What's his name again?
Older gentleman. Yeah, he's I saw it the other day. He signed an extension. So congratulations to him. He got the bag.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely you're talking about what is his name?
Yeah, coach there.
Yeah,
Anthony
Chris
Edwards.
Finch.
He's one of my favorite young players in the league.
Chris Finch, the head coach for Minnesota.
Yeah. Right. He just got that signed extension. Yeah, Anthony Edwards is very exciting to watch.
Very exciting to watch. I think I picked Minnesota to win today. I think they are favourites, but
yeah, that's a playing game as well too, or just
yeah, that's a playing game. So if they win that game,
yeah,
they'll match up with Memphis, which will be a good series. So
ooh, yeah,
it's at home to Minnesota or the Clippers. So the Minnesota, Memphis. To me, I really enjoyed watching this team this season. I don't know about you. That might be
they
one
are
of
the
my
most fun team to watch by far in the league. Most fun to watch. They have a college exuberance the way they play. You know, the college exuberance and the camaraderie seems to be really just a bunch of young kids just out there balling with a lot of talent. You know.
I wonder if I can find it. I got I had a Jar jersey arrive actually.
Oh, okay. You could get your Jar jersey. Okay.
I just couldn't not buy one. He's just been tearing it up. Had to
Yeah.
buy a jersey.
I like Anthony Melton too for them, man. They got some players, man. Oh, they got some young kids that the long range Bang.
So we
did they come up with a good nickname for Ja?
Yeah, so he's the
what's the nickname?
Tetris. This guy.
They call it. That's what they call it, Ja, Tetris.
Yeah, that's the nickname because it's Demetrius or something. Demetrius.
That's his middle name. Yeah.
That's his something like that. So that's where I came up with Tetris, and then you've got.
That's your nickname for him. Okay.
Yeah, my nickname for him. I tell you what, we've got to talk about this guy because I actually think he should be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year conversation. And I'm talking about this guy, Jared Jackson Jr., Triple J.
Yeah, he led the league in block shots, didn't he, this year?
He did, and I think his defense is really, really it's underrated a bit, and I think I'm thinking that he's got a bit of a chance of getting that Defensive Player of the Year award as well.
Player of the Year, okay, over Marcus. And Gobert and
what do we got here? I'll tell you what the latest odds are on these awards, if I can find them. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
There is I saw it somewhere. Hang on. I think Marcus Smart was the favorite. I'm pretty sure Marcus Smart's the favorite.
Mm-hmm. What about most improved? Who's your most improved player?
I don't necessarily. I don't know. They've sort of got rid of some of these bets now. They're not there anymore. Most improved. What the favorite was the guy I just played his music before, Ja Morant. So he's probably the favorite, but I wouldn't actually. If I'm sort of voting, I wouldn't be voting for him.
You wouldn't?
I'd be voting for somebody else. I'll let you guess who you think I think is the most improved player.
Give us some clues.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. See if you can decipher this mixed message.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can decipher this and work out who this sound clip is about.
Hey, you got no mustard. It's on the door. What, this yellow stuff? No, I said mustard, Jerry. Dijon.
Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard. Okay, who's that? Dijon mustard. That's the clue, huh?
That's the clue. That's my nickname for him.
Dijon. Yeah. What do you call this particular person? Dijon mustard.
Well,
what?
His name sort of sounds a bit like this.
Oh, like Dijon. I'm stumped on this one, man.
Okay. He had a breakout year. He was third in the NBA in assists. He led the NBA in steals.
not the kid from Dallas. Because he was a big candidate as well too. The Villanova kid from Dallas.
So
no, I'm stumped. I give up.
He's a point guard, and his team did not make. I don't think they're not in the. Actually, no, they're playing tomorrow in the play-in.
They're in the play-in tomorrow. Okay, yeah.
Against so the Pelicans are playing the San Antonio Spurs tomorrow. That's the last clue I'm going to give you.
The San Antonio kid, DeJounte or whatever.
DeJounte Murray, yeah.
Yeah, DeJounte. Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. Yeah, he did come on strong, man.
Dijon Mustard,
Yeah.
Dijon.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, all-star player this year. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He had a good year. That's a good call, man. He got a good.
So he's my pick to win the most improved, but I hope he does. I've actually got money on that too, but they got Jar pretty short odds. I don't know.
There were some other candidates. Yeah, they got the other candidates listed.
Who else was there? I think I think Darius Garland was Garland as well.
Oh, Garland, really? Second year? Is he second?
Third
year?
Third year.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So he's he was definitely a candidate.
Back to defensive player of the year. The other candidates, the Suns.
Mikal Bridges, you talking about, maybe?
Yeah, Mikal is right there too as well. Man, what a year he's had too.
And Gobert's always in the conversation, I think, and even Giannis. These guys are.
Giannis as well too. Yeah.
So there's no. It'd be good if Smart wins it, I guess, but we'll just see what happens. It's one of those unpredictable ones, the defensive player of the year, I think.
Yeah.
You've got so many guys that can play good defense. And then you've got the All NBA teams and All NBA defensive teams and that sort of thing. So,
yeah.
Any other series we've missed there? I think Phoenix will obviously play whoever's left in that battle, I guess, in the West. So it'll be out of Minnesota. Well, let's say Minnesota, the Clippers, the Spurs, and New Orleans. And New Orleans have played really well lately, haven't they? Have you noticed?
So they brought McCollum in. Yeah, McCollum's been a godsend for them. Yeah,
he's been good. Ingram's been injured quite a bit. They've been playing some interesting lineups, but they've been working. They've been winning. They're into the play-in against the Spurs. I don't know. I like the Pelicans' chances in that game against the Spurs to at least stay alive. That's what I'm predicting, that the Pelicans beat the Spurs tomorrow. That's just my prediction.
I'll go with you on that one. Yeah,
I think, and then I don't know what happens. Let's say if the Clippers lose to Minnesota, then the Clippers are then got to play the winner of that. So the Clippers against the Pelicans, maybe. We're sort of. I know these matchups may not happen, but I like New Orleans to cause an upset. I think the New Orleans can get into that 8th seed. I think there's a chance that they can get into that 8th seed somehow. And then the punishment is that you got to play Phoenix.
That's your reward.
So you win too hard. You win two tough games.
Juggernaut.
Beat the Spurs, beat the Clippers, and then you got to face the best team in the NBA at the moment.
Right.
Suns.
They're my sentimental favorites to win the whole thing, guys.
I think I've got some money on both Memphis and the Suns to win it.
Yeah.
They're the two teams with the best 2 records in the league. So
yeah,
they're quite impressed. So that's what's been happening in the NBA playoff preview. I think, is there anything else we missed there with the NBA playoffs?
No, we covered everything there. Yeah. It's going to be exciting, man.
Well, it's exciting. It starts today. I'm going to have to sit back and watch this Brooklyn-Cleveland game a bit later. And then
I got everything recorded. I
might watch the Clippers, Minnesota. I might watch that live at 1:30. It's in about 45 minutes that starts. I might watch that one live and then come back and watch the other game if it's an exciting game or whatever. I'll watch it.
You got all your chips and dips and everything ready? Playoff?
No. What are you doing? Are you doing much over Easter?
No. I'm going to have a pretty quiet one over the Easter.
Yeah, as I said, my Easter's going to be a bit different. I'm going to be sort of here by. Well, I've got some friends here in town, so I've made some friends and whatever, so I can certainly keep myself busy, I guess.
Yeah, still waiting for you to introduce me to the guy, the zero guy from Zero.
I haven't seen him around lately. I don't know where he's gone. He's probably, he's one of these guys. He's doing a lot of work in town, but I haven't seen him for a few 2 or 3 months. He's, sometimes I just run into him at the pub across the road. But he's been involved in something else. He invested in something else here in town, which is So we're talking about Rod Drury. The other thing too is the borders are now pretty much open, so we're expecting Australian tourists here.
I was just about to ask you about that. You gotta come out and fly. I gotta fly out there.
So we're expecting the tourists to come, and that's gonna, I guess, make everything sort of be pretty busy. There's a lot of, there is a lot of roadworks still in town. So when the tourists do come and they have to encounter roadworks, that's not going to give them a good impression of a few things. But these things have to happen. They have to bloody, when we're talking the Western world, we're talking everywhere. Roadworks that always seem to take longer than they should take. And if you go to places like Japan, Tokyo, China, roadworks just take about an hour and they're done and on to something else, so it's so much quicker getting stuff done when it comes to road.
So the borders will be open officially. When is that officially?
About now, I think today's the 13th.
That's a good segue to the National Basketball League over here in Australia. The New Zealand team's been on the road for the last 2 years. A lot of those guys haven't been home the last 2 years because of COVID and all that.
Yeah, that's right. Now that hopefully they can, I'm not sure if they can, hopefully they're allowed to now play it at home. But I think with the Bullets, we haven't really spoken about the NBL, but let's touch on it.
Well, that New Zealand team has a couple of young NBA prospects. Osama or whatever, big 6'10" kid with ball handling skills, and they got Besson, the French sharpshooter. We're both because apparently there's about 10 NBA scouts in the country now. Checking out some of these what we call the next stars players, which NBL. They brought that program in a few years ago. With guys like LaMelo Ball and all that. It's been very successful. So yeah, it's a lot of prospects, on the horizon, for the NBA from the National Basketball League, which is really great to hear.
So looking at the NBL, the Jack Jumpers, pretty happy with it. They're 14 and 11.
Shout out to them, man. They had a first-year team, man. They've done very well, man. Shout out to Scott Roth, their coach. Did a great job with their lineup. Yeah,
no, look at that. 14 wins, 11 losses. That wasn't expected for them. The Bullets, with Sobey's injury being a big factor, hasn't it? 10 wins and 16 losses.
Yeah, and Sobey, I'm very happy to hear that Sobey is able to be reunited with his bronze medal from the Olympics after he got stolen.
So did that? I didn't read that. Did Kate?
It was returned to him. Yeah, it was returned to him recently through some anonymous sort of sources. They were able to get it back. So it was a bit scratched up and all that, but nonetheless.
Oh, really?
Got it back. Yeah.
Jesus, fuck.
Yeah. So it's but yeah, the Bullets will no doubt be looking to make a few changes for next year to try to bolster their lineup up. So we'll wait and see how that plays out. Yeah, that top four up there, Melbourne Kings and Hawks and Wildcats, it's gonna be a good. If that remains the way that is, it's gonna be a good good series, playoff series as well.
So I think only 4 make the playoffs. Is that how it works? I think
It's just the 4, yeah, out of 10.
so
4 out of 10.
Jack Jumpers
Yeah.
probably, I don't know how many games left, but they probably just miss out by the looks.
Possibly, yeah. Hawks and Kings are really looking. Yeah, Hawks and Kings have been really coming on strong second half of the season. Yeah, particularly the Kings. The Kings looking really good. Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be a great series. Dellavedova's been shooting really well for the Melbourne United.
Yeah, no, Melbourne United look really good.
They had a big kid in the middle, Joel Akul, who's on a few NBA radars as well too. A big fella.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's gonna be good. Yeah, should be a good playoffs here in a few weeks.
Yeah, and they've still got Chris Goulding as well. He's
Sharpshooter, yeah, just sharpshooter.
He's been scoring a lot of points. Yeah, was it Joe Luau? How do you pronounce his name?
Yeah, JAL. They just call him JAL.
JLA or something.
Oh, JLA. Yeah, sorry. So
JLA. Yeah, he's.
Is there an airline JLA airline or something? I think. Yeah.
Probably.
Might be able to play on that. Yeah, like the Jordan Air Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kings. I mean, Jalen Adams, Xavier Cooks. These guys are.
Yeah, Adams. Yeah, he's a front runner for MVP. Then they brought another guard in, who's has veteran NBA pedigree. The other guard. Yeah, they're looking really good. Kings, yeah.
Darrell Martin, he used to play in the NBA. I'm just trying to remember.
Martin, yeah, I think he had a couple of stints there. He may get another shot there. Their coach has that San Antonio connection. The coach, his dad was the architect behind building all those San Antonio championship teams along with Pop.
Yeah.
Buford, yeah, Coach Buford. That's his son coaches the Kings, yeah. So he has a lot of strong connections, with the NBA.
Yeah, so that's a bit about the NBL stuff, mate.
And they just announced the other day that the NBL actually, as a league, made a profit.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, they made a nice little profit this year. So
that's excellent, man.
It's probably not the case with all the franchises. Who knows with the Bullets? They made a profit, but they had some good turnouts, this year.
Yep.
Yeah, but bottom line, I don't know what There's a few NBA guys that have stake in some of our NBL teams. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, no, I'm aware of some of them.
Like Sean Marion and a couple other guys. Like Kevin Martin with the Bullets. I don't know if he's still. Yeah, Kevin Martin played with Minnesota and a few other teams. Yeah, these guys all had a bit of stake in the league.
Yeah, no.
But the guy we gotta take our hat off to is Larry Kesselman, who's the guy who helped hold the league together when it was really in bad shape a few years ago.
Okay.
That's a lot of his money. Yeah, Larry Kesselman. Yeah. Used to be part of Dodo Internet.
Okay.
Yeah, internet company. He's a guy who, he propped a few teams up, including the Bullets.
Okay.
While the league was sort of teetering. Yeah. Businessman. He's got strong interest with the Melbourne United franchise. Yeah. So shout out to you, Larry Kesselman, if you ever watch this podcast. He's done a great job, my friend. Hold this league together. Yeah.
Good stuff, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got anything much more on my list to cover here. What about yourself, Andre? Pretty much.
What about the draft?
Yeah, I suppose the first thing before the draft is the lottery.
Oh, lottery before the draft, right? Yeah.
And then this thing, I'll give you some dates on these things, just so we can forward look at that.
Maybe we can talk about that in the next podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk a bit, maybe a draft preview, or during the playoffs. There'll be some.
I don't know if there's any clear cut number one prospect. Is there?
It keeps flipping, mate. It's it keeps flipping. As far as you see Jabari Smith being the number one prospect. You see Chet Holmgren being the number one prospect. Jaden Ivey from Purdue, who I would love
nice,
to
get a chance to watch him in the tournament. He's pretty good.
Banchero is probably the guy I'd really.
I like Banchero. Yeah, he's his upside being a freshman.
If I get a top pick in any of these drafts, I'd be looking at Banchero.
I think it's actually pronounced Bancaro too. Bancaro. The CH is. So yeah,
we'll get the pronunciation right. I think.
We'll get it right. Yeah, we'll.
17th. So this 17th of May is the lottery date. So that's just over about 5 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
And the NBA draft date. I'd say that'll be June.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the 23rd of June. So they're your dates to put into your calendar. For the lottery, the 17th of May and the 23rd of June, and we'll probably do a podcast before the draft in any case, I would say.
Pre-draft podcast,
definitely, man. I'm flying in on Anzac Day. That's the day I'm coming in now to.
All right.
We've got the Valley Chamber of Commerce meet and mingle on, I think it's Thursday the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good to catch up there. I think I got you a invite.
We shall get the mustard and catch up.
Yeah, exactly.
As usual.
It's good. It's always enjoyable to catch up with you. Back in February, we caught up for dinner, and we also went up there as well. So that was really, really good, mate.
That was a good meal. We had other people out there try Korean food. We had a Korean restaurant. It was pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. I love those big feet, the logo shirt.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, this is older. This is another older model right here.
But the one that we're trademarking that's really good.
Right.
Anyway, mate, I might leave you to it. It's been a pleasure. We'll get this. It's been probably over an hour, and I'll certainly get this uploaded and we'll share it around.
Yeah.
That's been the More Than a Game podcast. Playoff preview is what we mainly covered today. That's been the podcast for one time.
Shout out to all the people back in Chicago, and my boy Philip, my mom, and all my family back there. They watch this. Yeah, Philip and his Mrs. Brenda. Yeah, and my mom Jeanette. Peace.
Always a pleasure, Andre.
Take care, man.
Talk to you soon, man.
Love, peace, and hair grease.